Echoes, they have been quite the topic of discussion as of late in the Wuthering Waves community, especially among content creators, and their respective chats certainly chime in, myself included. And there's been quite a lot of conversation about the matter. I've been very torn on the issue. I've been flip-flopping back and forth. It's always been kind of a point of contention for me. I'm never quite sure how I feel about them. And Ryuuku-senpai over here, he certainly has thrown in a little bit of a take for everyone to, gobble up like some piranhas for content. And I thought, I'm just a random dude. I'm a pretty casual player. I don't play gacha games at all, really. I've tried Genshin, I fucking quit it, because the exploration sucks, Paimon sucks, and the story wasn't uninteresting, and the combat felt more like a gimmick than anything else. Just didn't grab me. Wuthering Waves, on the other hand, certainly got my nuts into a vice, so to speak. So let's see what Ryuuku has to say. I have already seen reactions and the video, obviously, but I want to go and take it piece by piece.
Farming and leveling echoes in Wuthering Waves sucks. Let me say that again. It sucks. I enjoy so much about this game. The story, the characters, the exploration, the combat, but when it comes to actually finding and leveling echoes to be used in that combat, it's an absolute nightmare. In this video, I want to explain how I think Kuro could fix...
Yes, it sucks. But not for the reasons a lot of people say it is. At the end of the video, Ryuuku says it's broken. And it's not. It sucks. It's shit in some cases, especially when you get really salty about your roles. It sucks. It's shit. But it's not broken. It's not broken because it does what it's supposed to do. You will fuck around in this menu,
decide whether it's for show or for battle.
and you'll get these echoes. And you're gambling. You're gambling. You're like putting down those 10 tuners is like putting down 10 chips in a poker game. Whatever the fuck those chips are worth, doesn't matter. But that's how it is. You're gambling. And you can see the Sentry Construct. He's not half bad. Pretty good. All stats that you would want on a Carlotta. But it's not ideal. Could be higher. You're gambling. And that's the point of it. It's a treadmill. And it's a never-ending treadmill to a certain extent, unless you're really lucky or spend a lot of money. But, it's a treadmill. It's how they keep you coming back. And that's where someone like, let's just take a look here. Not this guy. This guy. This handsome Asian man, St. Tontus. That's where he's kind of right. That, that's your treadmill. That's your bread and butter. That's where you kind of find solace in Wuthering Waves when you've kind of done all the content. And I'm not part of that community. I'm not part of that. My completion is not that great. I mean, yeah, I have 100% of the areas, whatever, that doesn't matter. But, my tactical holograms, this guy's at level 5. I still haven't beaten him because he's annoying. This thing I actually did beat, but, the other ones, this fucking monkey asshole, I didn't beat him fully. This fucking simp bird in mourning, I didn't beat it. And, never mind, look at TOA. I mean, I'm at 18 out of 30, I just still haven't really mentalized myself for it. And I'm already kind of reaching a bit of a bottleneck when it comes to things I want to do. I fucking maxed out fishing almost to the full. You know, only thing I have left are fucking indexes and shit. You know, gold, silver, whatever. But I did max it out. So you're kind of dealing with Insane Tantas, someone that, without echo farms, literally does not have that much to do in the game. So I get his take. I get it. It's understandable.
Fix the experience scarcity issue and also the tuner mechanic. Now, before I start, I know I'm gonna have people in the comments saying things like, there isn't an experience scarcity issue, you just have echo management issues. I've got hundreds of tubes and...
Yes, you've already seen this. It's very funny, Saint Tantas.
An issue, especially when what...
The thing is, you know, an issue is... You know, for some people, it isn't an issue. It's not an issue for some people. And that's fine. And it's not an argument that it's not an issue for you. But it's also not necessarily an argument that is or isn't. It's not necessarily an argument. It's beside the point of the treadmill. The treadmill is there for a reason. You're gambling. You're playing into the RNGesus game. You're not going to be free from it. Because, well, it's the nature of the game. The fucking gacha is the same way. I mean, no one's arguing this like fucking unfair and bullshit because it's RNG. It's fucking RNG because it's baked into the cake. You're not gonna be like exasperated saying like, oh man, the fucking gacha system sucks. It does suck, but it's a gacha system. It's designed that way to get you to spend more money, and tuners are the same way. Like, tuners, XP, whatever, like echoes, fucking these wave plates, everything is designed to keep you on the treadmill. And if you really get to that point where you're just like, fuck, I can't get this shit. I got some disposable income, fuck it. And that's where they get you. That's what these companies do. Like, yes, they free-to-play games and gacha games and every kind of game that is technically free, quote-unquote, they have built-in systems that encourage you to spend money. So, it's like, let's look at this. You know, you could get some fucking poles, astrite. You could get more poles. You can get this shit. You can get more wave plates. You can get all kinds of shit for money. You can get mats. You can get fucking XP. You can get everything for money. And that's what these systems that are basically fucking, you know, just kind of poking you. They're there to poke you. When you don't have an XP, when you don't have the tuners, when you don't have the wave plates, they're sitting there and waiting for you to dole out some money. It's baked into the cake. Would the game be better if it wasn't a gacha game? If you just paid $60 and you got everything you wanted, you could farm everything you wanted for fucking free, just give some time and do it. Yeah, sure, it'd be better, but you'd fucking quit the game so damn quick because it's not designed like that. That's not part of the principle. That's not how these games are designed. They're not designed to give you everything. They're designed to tempt you. They're designed so you look at this fucking 6,400 Lunite for €100. That is unthinkable for me. I could never spend that much money. But there are people out there that will. And they're the ones that these games cater to, and that's who they have in mind. I'm a very small spender. I'll spend it on the Pioneer and the Lunite subscription. And that's it. I don't have more money to give. I just don't. But that's how these games are designed. That's who they keep in mind. The people who do have the resources. people that do have the money. And people just don't get it. They just think like, just give us more, just give us more. And it's like, I get it. It'd be nice if you got more XP, more tuners, whatever. But that's not the principle of the game, and people complaining about it, I get it, but it's just unreasonable. It's not unreasonable to want it, but it is unreasonable to bitch about it and expect it. So let's see what else.
Whether you have enough experience or not is dependent solely on RNG. Case in point, I have 2 accounts, both at Uni level 80. How is it that on one account I have 800 tubes ready to go, but on the other account I have literally 0 and struggling? I'm doing everything exactly the same. Could it be that it's not the player?
I mean, he said this, but he didn't really present like the accounts themselves. I'm not gonna like put too much doubt, the shadow of doubt onto it. But you do gotta wonder, because he has like what?
I have literally 0.
2,400 tuners and no XP. I mean, maybe he's doing the fucking ultimate sin of plus 25ing echoes, and that's why he ran out of fucking XP before tuners. Could be. I'm not gonna accuse him of it. I'm gonna assume that it's just because, he got lucky with the other account, not this one. This one is quote-unquote bricked. But he will suggest something that will brick a major part of this game.
And struggling. I'm doing everything exactly the same. Could it be that it's not the player that's the issue, maybe it's the game? So anyone that wants to come at me...
Yes, RNG, St. Tanta said it in his videos, has highs and lows. It'd be biggest loser or biggest winner. Just up to chance. That's just part of it. Not much you can do about that.
With that can just fuck right off. Now with that out of the way, how to fix echoes and tuners in Wuthering Waves. First up, echoes. Specifically, the echo experience scarcity issue. There's no way to say I think that echo experience should be infinitely farmable. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And how I think they should go about that is by implementing these 5 changes. We should be able to use useless echoes as experience fodder, which will take time, but at least it's free. The second one is the tacit...
On that, that will make merging echoes useless. That will just make merging echoes useless. This mechanic of merging echoes, I fucking hate it. But it is the thing you have to, get some stuff out of it. But if you could use echoes as fodder, you could cannibalize them. And you just get flat XP. That mech abomination lingering tunes with a fucking healing bonus, that just doesn't look too exciting as a possibility. So why the fuck would you use this mechanic? The only way they would introduce using useless trash tier echoes that you will never use in your life as XP fodder is if they adjust this. 5 echoes of the same type, and you get, I don't know, you can pick it or whatever. You get one of these fancy boxes that, you can choose the type. Okay, I mean, cool. But, again, I don't think they will touch the system at all. Because, it's just... I feel like... removing a layer of RNG from this. I still have green echoes, that's amazing, and some purple ones. Removing a layer out of this, of RNG, is just gonna make it not very enticing. If you could just farm the echoes that you want and use the trash as XP fodder, why would you ever merge it? As I've said before, in comment sections, you would only ever use this to level up your data bank when you're just starting out in the game. I started the game basically in 2.0 end of last year, so might as well be 2.0. And, you get up there pretty quickly. It doesn't take that long. So, past the leveling your data bank, you're not really using this mechanic if you can feed trash echoes as XP. It's just, that's why I don't think it's gonna happen unless this mechanic gets some actual proper buffs to, you know, remove some of this RNG.
The suppression cost should be lowered from 60 to 30. If not, then at the very least, 2 times the drops should be...
I mean, this is just wishful thinking. It would be nice, sure, but, you know, not with everything else that he's gonna suggest, because he's gonna suggest some things that are quite up there as far as, you know, bricking some central parts to this to this game. But we'll get to that in a second.